I want to talk for a second about the power of the tour. So, specifically, I'm going to talk about cheese for a minute. Now, I don't have a lot of brand loyalty when it comes to cheese. You know, when you're walking through the grocery section and you're getting shredded cheese for tonight's dinner, you don't go, ooh, like, I really care about this versus that. For the most part, I didn't. And then about a year ago, maybe less, I don't know, I wasn't on the trip, but my family took a trip. They went up the West Coast and they visited the Tillamook factory and farm, and they did a tour there, and they had fresh ice cream and fresh milk, and they had a really great time. And ever since then, they have bought Tillamook. Specifically, my brother only eats their ice cream now, which is really funny because he does not care about food or flavor in a general sense. He doesn't think it's worth it to spend money on things like that. So I think it's really impressive to me that that tour was sufficient to get him to switch pretty much exclusively to their brand of ice cream. More importantly, ever since they had a great time and they came back and talked about how incredible their products were and how much they love their food, I've been buying Tillamook products. I know for dessert tonight, I just bought their ice cream. I've got their butter in the fridge to make dinner. I've got their cheese in the fridge to make mac and cheese. So that's the power of the tour, is that they literally gave 4 people an opportunity to look inside their facility and have a good time and create this brand connection. And from there, they have got exponentially more business. And at the distillery where I work right now, at the fire station, we also do tours. And I can tell you for a fact that we have customers that come in specifically to do the tours with their friends and family from out of state. They did it once with their fiance, husband, wife, whatever, right? So we got our $25 from that. And then they brought their mom and dad. So we got our $50 from the 2 original and the mom and dad. And then when they came back in, they got another 25 for the 2 original, and then they brought 4 people this time. So let's say that's going to be 75 total for that trip. And that's not including extra drinks that they get, food that they get, bottles that they get, because when you've come in that many times, you've done the tour that many times, you're absolutely leaving with bottles. And that's not counting the brand loyalty, the way that they talk about us. So one of the most important things to me when I'm talking about a distillery or even a brewery, a winery, whatever, is you have to give your consumers the opportunity to fall in love with who you are as a company, with your presence, with your brand. There's no such thing as if you build it, they will come. If you make good liquor, everyone will drink it. That's not the truth. You can make the best liquor in the world, but if you have a shit bottle, a shit label, and you're acting like an asshole, nobody's gonna buy your stuff. So basically, it's super important that you give tours at your distillery. I know that there's a few distilleries here in Arizona that either started out not giving tours or still don't give tours. And quite frankly, I can only remember the name of one of them off the top of my head, because that's how little impact they have on the market. Because you can't visit them, so nobody knows who they are. You're literally just another name on a bottle, but you don't have the resources to create a marketing campaign to make people like you. Fireball, they don't ever have to give a distillery tour. They probably do because, of course, they should, but they don't have to because they did this incredible marketing campaign that cost them a ton of money. But the distillery up the street, they don't have a ton of money to do that, and they don't have tours, so nobody's going to know who you are, and nobody's going to care. So, most important thing to me, absolutely you have to be able to do tours, and you should probably do them at least twice a week, because right now we only do them on Sundays, I get a lot of people, I think, that pass up on the opportunity because Sundays just are never going to work for them, which is a real shame because you're missing out on a lot of industry opportunities too. Bartenders, servers, anyone who works in a restaurant, there's a decent chance that they're literally never going to be able to come in on a Sunday. And those are the people that would be out there selling your product and talking about your experience and sending people your way. So basically, definitely know that when I open my place, you're definitely going to be able to do a tour there.